This is 2018 Heisman hopeful Bryce Love. He's a star football player at Stanford and a star student in the classroom, majoring in human biology. Recently, he was criticized in the news because he skipped the Heisman nominee media day for class. However, he upheld a key value that every student athlete should have. At the D1 level, sports are becoming more and more like a business, and athletes are demanding to be paid in accordance. However, paying student athletes is dangerous and unnecessary because they couldn't pay for school on a salary alone. Paying student athletes changes the very nature of college athletics, and the word student athlete puts student first for a reason. First, we will begin with discussing some of the NCAA student athlete payment rules and regulations. The NCAA allows two-sport athletes to be paid professionally in one sport while competing in another collegiate sport. Clemson's Kyle Parker was given a $1.4 million signing bonus for professional baseball while playing quarterback at Clemson. In addition, college tennis players are allowed up to $10,000 in prize money per year. Also, college football teams in bowl games are given gift packages up to $550 in values, usually in Visa gift cards or electronics. Schools are also allowed to give athletes stipends. They're allowed to give thousands of dollars outside of scholarships to better cover the cost of attendance for student athletes. These are usually for things like textbooks, food, whatever. Also, student athletes are allowed unlimited meals while they're attending school. And the Pac-12 conference just declared that athletes will have the cost of any injuries sustained while at the school covered up to 4 years by the university. One of the reasons that this is a hot topic currently is because money in college athletics keeps growing. In a study done by Business Insider in 2016, Texas A&M made $192.6 million in revenue from their athletics programs alone. TV contracts have a lot to do with the rise of college football and basketball as well. ESPN pays to broadcast schools' games, and it's all about the views. 16.5 million people tuned in for the 2018 NCAA Men's Basketball Championship between Villanova and Michigan. Also, New York Times says that football programs bring in at least 65% of the total revenue at major athletics programs like Alabama. So, why do student athletes think that they should be paid? Well, student athletes argue that they bring in significant revenue for their school. For example, Bryce Love at Stanford is worth millions to the university. Also, student athletes argue that they're the ones working hard on the court or the field, but when they have a big win, their coaches are the ones that are getting a bump in pay, not them. Also, being a student athlete requires significant sacrifice. If they were paid in a salary, this would make up for them not being able to have a job during season. Athletes are also a part of school advertising. The Flutie effect explains why there's a surge in college admissions after a big sports win. Also, many schools use athletics to advertise their school. However, paying athletes is dangerous and unnecessary. If scholarships weren't given out and only salaries were given, athletes wouldn't be able to afford school. There would be taxes taken out of pay, and most likely the money that's given to them would be used for wants and not needs, like school. Also, sports are the only way that many college athletes can afford school, so not being able to pay for school with just a salary is defeating the entire purpose. Also, if you pay student athletes, it changes the nature of college sports. It's very difficult to pay in college. Only 7% of high school athletes go on to play in college. If paid, this turns sports in college into a business. Only some schools will be able to afford to pay the highest amount of money to athletes. This means that some college programs will fold, which limits the amount of athletes who can play in college further. Also, college athletes still are not professional athletes. They should see their sport as an activity that helps them pay for an education. Being in college is a privilege, and being a college athlete is an even bigger privilege. Today we discussed why student athletes shouldn't be paid. This is because they wouldn't be able to afford school on a salary, paying student athletes changes the very nature of college athletics, and they still are not professional athletes and are students above all. If an athlete has the opportunity and privilege to play at the collegiate level, they should understand that their sport is helping them receive an education, and that is payment enough.